Welcome back, everybody, to Let's Play Teleglitch. Now, I guess something happened last time when I finished recording, which was apparently the game does not like you to stop, to press pause right when you're teleporting, because the thing froze up and wouldn't let me continue. So I had to redo the first level again, and something about not stopping to explain things to everybody made me do better. Well, no, actually, something about not having a nail bomb go off in my face take me down so much made me do better. So I've got more health, but not catastrophically more. I mean, yeah, I'm doing better. I've still got my medkit 50, which is very nice. But overall, the first two levels were incredibly similar. And so I wonder if I didn't get the same seed for level generation or something like that. Anyway, apologize for that. I'm going to try not to have that happen again. So let's continue on with Teleglitch. So we chose to go to the military biology sector. And one of the things that I really appreciate about the early levels, beyond the sound design and the environment, which I've already talked quite a bit about, is the change in difficulty and skill required for the different levels. Okay. Doesn't look like anybody in particular too special. Oh, there's a special contestant. That last guy coming through here. This is one of the mean tricks the game plays on you a little bit early, is that those two guys right there are very different than the other ones. Most of the guys coming after us were our basic level mutants, and you know them because they do 2 damage to you every time they hit you, and they're pretty slow. These guys look more or less the same, but they do 10 damage every time they hit you. They run in more or less the same way. The other difference is they take a lot to go down. And you can see there, that hurt me quite a bit, just to have him punch me that one time. And I'm being dumb. You do not want to knife fight these guys, if it is at all avoidable. Any of the enemies can do something, which we've not seen so far, which is they lie down for a little while, then they get back up to attack you more later. That becomes more of a problem the more health they have, because especially with those early mutants, basically if you've shot them, they're done. And stabbing doesn't seem to make people do that playing possum trick. So, but with these guys, these bigger zombies, and I will put a picture of their entry in the bestiary in, that is much more of a concern, because you can hit them a couple times with a shotgun, and they just don't go down. You really, the graphics for this game are really pretty simple, like I say, but you do learn to recognize the different enemy types. This guy is of, you know, not no danger, but that original kind of danger. He's just a mutant. And here we have one of the bad zombie guys. I would not recommend using the adhesive grenade launcher on these guys, because that's not really enough damage to deal with them definitively. 2 shots with, hey, there's a 9mm pistol. This thing is great to have because we've been getting buku ammo for it that didn't have the actual gun. I think you're guaranteed to find one in level 2, which is nice. And it's useful for taking down guys like this who really don't quite need a full shotgun. Now, it's good to have the shotgun be available for getting out of tight situations and the like. Especially, this is where the shotgun is more useful than the Fat John, because that reload after 2 bullets can be kind of a killer. But yeah, let's just preview the 9mm. It's fine. 2 shots with the 9mm will take down these basic enemy types. It obviously takes a little bit more pepper for the new guy we saw. There's probably going to be, I think, one more new enemy type this level that we'll see at some point. Some of these look a little bit similar. The color is different of these enemies. The dangerous or the non-dangerous ones are this kind of pale green, and there's kind of a brownish gray to the heavy hitters that you learn to look for. But yeah, this is starting to get to a few situations where it's just better to go long range. And that is what I could really imagine being the reason for the reviewers who had trouble getting past level 2. Because believe you me, if you fired at everybody, it would be more than possible to use up all of your bullets in level 1 and to not have them when you really need them in level 2, and then especially level 3 and on. The times are few and far between in which you're going to be a melee man. You can actually end up crafting some very useful, well, you can end up crafting a knife which does more damage, which can be very useful. However, Again, by that point, it's almost like the stuff that you would use for crafting that knife could be better served crafting higher level weapons. There's just not a whole lot of opportunity that I've seen for getting close and personal at that level. And do just a little bit of inventory maintenance here. Running out of inventory space is a live issue, especially late in the game. So you're going to want to be careful about what you carry. This probably looks like a secret right here. And yep, sure enough, the telltale signs are a blocky wall that kind of looks like that, cracks that you can see through, and you can see in the map the wall is thinner there. So let's get out our old shotgun. And, blow our way through. Oh, interesting. Looks like somebody was trying to dig their way out or something like that. Anyway, oh, sweetest ambrosia. They gave us 2 medkits. Medkits are absolutely worth their weight in more than gold, because gold is worthless in the space economy. Okay, here is the other new enemy. As you can see, he's also kind of a gray-brown kind of thing going on. This guy is kind of the same deal as that other one, really. Just fast, mean, does a ton of damage per hit. Yep, there's 2 jerks in here that we're going to want to be careful of. You know what? I've got a lot of these RD-250 explosives, so let's see if we can't show them off. Let's get all them together. And that was a waste. Here, maybe? Yeah, there we go. At least hurt him. Alright, forget that. The zombie is quick. He runs in front of the other ones. That makes him easy pickings. It is still good when you can to conserve ammo, even in situations like this. You don't want to let that many-legged guy get too close to you, though, because he will wreck your day in a hurry. That was a shame because the weaker one stood in front of my shotgun blast and really was almost protecting the guy in front of him. I'm not sure if that's going to put him down permanent, so it's good to keep an eye on him. You can a little bit look for blood and stuff like that. Some enemies, I think the fat mutant guys, you push around if they're not actually dead, and so if you find that you're running up against their corpse, that is a good sign that you need to get away, and in a hurry. Apologize for some of the slowdown there. I think recording, as I've said, kind of runs havoc on my poor little copy. Here we go. Looks like another secret. Sure enough, shotgun shells and a meat trap. Oh, that's great to have. Meat traps are excellent inventions, and if we ever run into a whole bunch of masked enemies at once. Now these stairs here looks like the exit to me, probably, so I think through here, sure enough, is going to be the exit teleporter. So we could actually beat this level right now if we wanted to, and do better than whoever it was that couldn't get through level 2. But we're not going to worry about that. We're going to finish up exploring the level, because I've got a death wish. As you go on in the game, it starts to make more and more sense to just get out while you still can. Especially once you get past, I would say, like level 5. Level 5 and on tends to be where I run into the most death difficulties, which is nice because it's at that point that you really start getting to where all you need is one good run, and then you will unlock starting at a later level. Okay. I've said this before, but the level design is really good for me. I really enjoy it. Okay, so the trick to knife fighting these zombie guys, as much as there is... Ooh, hey, check it out. 6 cans makes for a plate. 2 plates makes for armor. I'm 50 armored. That takes a lot of the physical damage that I would be doing. I said before that I really appreciated the level, the sound, and design and things like that. I don't know, there's just something about this place that seems, you know, creepy, abandoned, industrial, and stuff like that. Growing up as I did in a section of the country that might be called the Rust Belt, I have been in my share of no longer used industrial environments, and there's something about some of the larger, more expansive areas, and even the compact ones with the rumble of machinery, that seems very viscerally familiar and appealing in a way. Just something I appreciate. Okay, so we're going to have to go back a long ways to actually get to the stuff we haven't explored yet. The levels are quite big, and I appreciate that the map is easy to bring up and fairly intuitive to pilot around, because one criticism you could make of the place is that since the levels are randomly generated, it's hard to get a real tight sense on where everything is unless you have one, highly trafficked corridor that a lot of things branch off of or something like that. I don't really mind it that much. I hope it's not annoying to watch in the LP. It's ooh, hey, there's a guy. Okay, let's see if we can't deal with his buddy here. Knifing does a good bit of damage. However, again, against these guys, they just do too much damage. I don't think that probably... Maybe it put him down. Anyway, these guys do just too much damage with a single hit for it to really make a lot of sense to take them on up close. And even the shotgun, in a lot of cases, is... it spreads out too quickly that you don't want to get close enough to them to where you're actually using it effectively. Big rooms, as I've said before, are really ideal for knife fights. The hitboxes are not exactly wonky, but sometimes it's not really clear, if you're going to hit a leg or if you're just going to whiff in the air, sort of right in front of them. And if you get a whole bunch of them, they can really start piling on you like that one did, but that wasn't so bad. And again, I didn't waste valuable ammo, which is a prime consideration. Okay, let's see what else we got going in here. Now, if I had found something that showed me where the storage containers were, then A, I would have known that this was up here, so I would have known to go for it. But B, I would have known if there were no bullets somewhere, maybe it's not worth going down a corridor. Now, as I mentioned, sometimes you don't know where secrets are, so it can always be kind of worth it going around, and I'm not really doing too badly right now, so I might not have worried about it. There's that big ugly. Almost missed this canned meat over here. Again, unless you're going to go past 150, there's really no reason not to use canned meats instantly, because having that little buffer of plus 100 health can be very useful. Now, you might have noticed I picked up some machine gun bullets back there. The game is pretty good about not giving you ammo that you're not going to have a gun for a really long time, and so finding one of those... Man, I'm going to be peeved if there's something useful back here that I could have found immediately. Oh boy, alright, here's a red button. As a general rule, red buttons are trouble. And in fact, since I can get out of here anyway... The red buttons open a door somewhere, and I bet the door's in there. I bet it's that big sucker. But they also, as you will see here, tend to let loose a whole swarm of baddies. So let's get out of here and get out our Fat John. So obliging of the weak guys to run up ahead. Ugh. That could have gone better. I mean, it's only shotgun ammo. Still, I hate to waste it. Alright, that's him. And now there's still... Yep, he's still left. Oh, hello. Oh, of course, of course, of course. Well, that's the joys of reloading, everybody. So you can see, I was careless there. That was totally my fault, but man... This game punishes you, and quickly. We've still got a reserve of health, but I would have liked to have not used it there, as it happens. You can see there the gate that it opened. That was a rush that didn't have to be that bad. If I hadn't got trapped by those big hitters there at the end, it wouldn't have really been bad at all. I would have taken my 20 HP of damage, and we would have called that a day. But as it was, you take what you get. Alright, here comes this jerk. Let's see if we can recoup our losses. I don't know. As you progress in the game, I get less and less sanguine about messing around near that all-consuming void. The game... Hey, we got a revolver out of the deal, though. That's nice. The game does keep a tally of how many monsters you have disappear into the void, but I don't know if anything happens if you get a certain number or something like that. I don't think there's an achievement. Those zombies are absolutely the best because they do those big desperate rushes at you. Okay, and some hardware, too. Is that it? That might be it. Very nice. Well, it was worth it to get some hardware and a revolver. Man, I gotta get my house in order here. See what I can't come up with. It wouldn't hurt to make me another DX 500. Then I can drop and pick this up to make another little space. Oh, whoops. There we go. Revolvers are nice because they are somewhere in between. They're like a shotgun damage pistol, basically. They have, I mean, I don't have a lot of ammo for it, which is the major downfall right now. But they fire fast, they fire hard. Sort of ranking things in terms of usefulness here. I'd like to not use the shotgun unless I'm forced to. But anyway, we didn't do too bad in sort of minimizing the trouble that we had. Yeah, we took it in the teeth. We lost some of our armor. We lost some of our health. But that could have gone a lot more south than it did, spawning those heavy hitters right next to you. I can see why some people might have trouble getting past this level, because if you're not prepared to run away very quickly, letting those guys wail on you for even a couple seconds, even with armor, you're just dead. They just take you out, and they get you in a corner, heaven help you. Anyway, that was the fairly exciting and eventful level 2. So I hope you'll join me next time when we take on level 3.